Welcome all my honored guests to the ultimate duel with the best of the best.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Saturday morning live. I'm Porcelain Piggy, and right here,
Mighty Max Toys, look at this 3-4-3. At the very least, we're going to attempt 3-for-3. I am glad to be back, though, and I'm glad to see you guys because we have very cool updates. We have to vote on the next crowdfunding for Mattel's creations. We have to look at a brand new company about puzzles, not your grandparents' puzzles, not your parents' puzzles, even. Puzzles built for you and for me. We'll take a look right now. And we'll take a look at events and some vintage goodness that has managed to bring back from the dead, back from retirement, lace up his boots. Our friend, our Sherpa, Pee. Wherever you are in this collecting day, we miss you. Hopefully we can see each other fairly soon. Okay. So, what's going on?
well, I've been like a little bit under a rock this week, so I didn't see most of the stuff that are coming up, but I did order my second round of Furby shoes from Hey Dude. So those arrived yesterday, and I am so excited. Look at this kicks. Look at that leopard print goodness. And not only that, boom, just like a Furby has a tail, this shoes also have a little fluffy tail.
Dude, honestly, we remember back in the day where we were like, oh, we need new Furby stuff. We need new Furby things. We need new Furby things. Like, legitimately, that's what we were doing. Like, and there was a time where we were just like, oh, new Furby things are coming. And then we're like, how do you know? You just felt it. And look, it's a deluge. It hasn't stopped.
It hasn't. And now I have to be very, oh my gosh, I forgot to add that to the slides. But I'll add it in a link and we'll go ahead and look at it together. It's been, I have to be more particular about the Furby items I pick up because some of them are like the same print in just different places. So my first choice for the Hey Dude shoes were actually the fuzzy slippers, which I did pick up. And you can see a picture of those on my Instagram. These were my second choice. And I'm so glad that I bought the other ones first because they're completely sold out, no longer available in the Hey Dude website. But these guys were still there. And I played around with a couple of coupons. So I got these for pretty cheap. And I'm very happy about that. Yeah, because I think like without the coupons, it would be like $76 or $78, but I got it for like about like 62. And one of the things I want to show you, I don't know if you can see very well, but the Hey Dude wrapper has cute little Furbies printed on it too.
Oh no! Well, that means that you're gonna have to keep it.
Yeah, I'm keeping the box. It says Furby, and I'm keeping everything. It's just so cute. Sorry about the sounds.
That is kind of like a really good thing to keep. You know, it's a good little packaging. Now, will you be wearing these shoes?
Or those I will.
What if they get dirty?
These are okay. I'm okay if these guys get dirty. I think I can handle these guys getting dirty. I cannot handle the slippers getting dirty.
Really?
I'm sorry. Like, I was speaking with your spouse last night, and I was like, yeah, I think the only place where the other slippers would be like Japan, where the streets are so clean, and it has to be like a nice, not rainy day, because I wouldn't know what to do if they got grimy. Like, this guys just have like a little section of dirt absorbent when it comes to a fuzzy tail, and we can figure that one out.
But it's white.
It's okay. I think I got this. I just really want to wear them because like my heart is set on the others, and I'm really just excited to be able to wear some Furby merch out.
And something that's actually your size, because there's a lot of different things, but they're for babies, they're for kids. They're specifically made for adults, which is kind of cool.
So I have so much Furby memorabilia, if you were to say, that is baby size or child size, and I'm just like hoarding it because like it's so beautiful, it's so cute. But I just, I can't wear it. but now I can definitely wear my kicks. And hello, Bambi Raptor. Thank you. I know I'm in love with the shoes. And one of the other things that happened this week, well, I had seen it around. I guess it hadn't been fully released yet. And that is
Mhm.
the Loungefly collaboration, which I think it could have been better. I think it could have been so much better. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'll go ahead and share. Like, let me see if I can pull it up.
That's the thing that we're seeing now, right? Like we're seeing that there's so much at some point. It's not everything is going to be a W, right? Not everything is going to be a
Yeah.
win, right? So we're seeing a lot of merge come in, but there's a lot of merge that's kind of passable, right?
Yeah, like I'm telling you, like I know Furby can look a little disheveled at times, but I feel like this Furby looks like his the reason why he left the public sphere was mainly because he had some addiction problems.
Oh no.
The proportions are so off. I
Yeah.
don't like how it looks.
You know what it is? It's because its ears come out directly from the faceplate, which is not the case.
Yeah, so like when you look at the wallet, that wallet actually looks nicer.
Yes.
So the wallet looks nice because the ears come out a little bit further out, and he has his little tuft in a better place. But I feel like even the color combination, I'm like, there's so many different Furby colors, and you didn't even get the fur. Like if you wanted to do the purple one, you had to be a little bit lighter. But I don't know.
The
I don't like
is cute.
at all. And they know it because like there's like cute and a little creepy. I'm like, yeah, a little bit too creepy.
My God. Dude, all right. I'm seeing a lot. I'm sneaking peeking at what we have to talk about today besides the awesome Furby merch. And I gotta say I'm pretty thrilled. Especially because I did not know such a universe existed. And you guys will never guess who we are talking about. If you want to put your guesses in the chat, go ahead, venture. You're never gonna get it. You're never gonna guess.
You won't guess it. It's like a brand that's been doing collaborations for years, but people just don't notice it as much, you know?
Sleeper
Like
brand, really.
the few, like the group that does collect it know what's going on. But outside of that very small sphere, it's really hard to know what's happening. And Bambi Raptor mentioned that she's going to a couple events in this coming up month. So this next couple of months, I think we might be talking about one of the events because I know you're a big Sonic fan, and if you're a big Sonic fan, you need to be at the event that's coming up.
Ooh, let's see. There's a lot of things going on this weekend. You know, we'll talk about it, but the Torrance Antique Fair is going on. And also, well, the Long Beach Flea Market happened last week, which we really didn't specify about. But yeah, that one is definitely going to be happening. So the Torrance Antique Market is going to be around. We're going to see if we can go, even though it's a little bit too crowded for a baby, right? But maybe I can take my bicycle there, just kind of walk around for a little bit as my exercise and come back. We are in the stage at the moment, baby-wise, in which we can take small trips, but that one it's a little bit too adventurous, you know.
Yeah,
so
and a little dance because there's a lot of like grimy goodies.
There's literally a cigar lounge in the area, like, and a lot of people are running their cars because they're using as power source, so there may be a little bit of exhaust, things that you don't mind yourself when you're the person going there, but when you bring a little one, it's maybe not. But again, I keep living vicariously to you guys, so let us know, put it on the chat, leave it in the comments. Where have you been? What have you found? I will be 100% pleased to see all your adventures. But
and one more thing before we go into the slides, there is one slide I did not put in, and that is that the Little Tokyo Flea Market is happening today. That one, you know, if you want to come and cosplay, it's totally okay. It is not Harajuku Day. It is just the Little Tokyo Flea Market, so you can find a bunch of really cool goodies in it. I know Twinell's going to be vending there, and if you cannot go for a morning afternoon event and you want an evening event, Usagi Mercado is going to be happening in downtown as well. So if you want to know more about Usagi Mercado, you can find them on Instagram. or just follow Twinell and you'll see all her advertising for it. It is gonna be later, and it is gonna be for bigger folks, so adults, because of that there will be. I from last I heard there might be some drinks being sold.
Imbibing.
So that's the only thing.
That's all right. Hey, de todo hay en el jardín del Señor.
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped something.
Oh no.
Anyways, go ahead and I'll start sharing because today I can actually share.
Oh, I can share, no biggie. You want me to do?
I got you.
Okay. Who got who?
Boom.
Okay,
Call
there
it
we
a
go.
day. So again, welcome back. Oh, what a beautiful morning. It's starting to feel like summer so far. Starting to feel a little bit warmer around here, around this part. Oh, bless you, bless you, bless you. My poor son Piggy sneezes like 3 times, and then she goes,
Yeah, then I see lights.
Yeah, let's talk about some collector news over here. And a favorite of ours from last year, we went. It was very, very fun. We went to the Pasadena Comic Con, but this is the Simi Valley Toy and Comic Fest, which is basically the same people, same organizers, and honestly, sometimes even the same guest, person to person.
Yeah. So that's the one thing. If you don't catch him in one, you might catch him in the other one. The lineup for the Pasadena Con has not come up yet, but we can see the Simi Valley one. And these are like for sure confirmed. So if you are a big Sonic fan, is this the one you're going to, Bambi?
I know, because dude,
it's a lineup.
We have Amy, we have Tails, we have Silver, Knuckles. Tails from the actual game, not the movie. We have Knuckles from the games. We have multiple Sonics. We have a Shadow, a Rouge, and oh my gosh, I do not know the name of the parrot. I was testing myself.
Oh.
Bambi, what's the name of the parrot from Sonic? He looks so cool. Like, you would think that I know it, considering, even though he's not a parrot, he's a hawk, but he's green. Right, I think. What would they do?
You didn't know about this one, Bambi. Oh, she's going to WonderCon and Anacon. Ooh, well now you know.
Jet the Hawk. That's so basic it hurts, but yes, it makes total sense. Yes, Jet the Hawk. Jet.
You know what? There's so many characters in the Sonic verse. We should do a quiz. Just pop him up and say, what do you think this guy's name is?
Oh, that would be really cool. That would be really, really cool.
I might work on it for next week.
Yeah,
I know Bambi's going to win 10 out of 10 points.
I saw this one Instagram post where they were kind of ranting about the fact that people are shipping Shadow and Rouge because they're both like the same, like dark aesthetic. But he was just like,
Knuckles and Rouge.
I was like, Knuckles and Rouge, because you need like the very alluring spy-like character with the himbo boyfriend that's like really big and like buff. I'm like, you know what? I'm in the camp of Knuckles and Rouge for sure, because they want like the Chaos Emerald. So I'm just interested. I'm just interested in Bambi. Where are you in this camp? Where's the ship? Is it Knuckles Rouge or is it Rouge Shadow? Apparently has a name.
Yeah,
how do you even pronounce that?
Because they flirt a lot in like the video games.
I know they definitely do, but again, a lot of people don't have the exposure. I can't wait to see Rouge in the movies.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. Sonic and
Shadow and Amy. I'm also with Shadow and Amy. Yeah, I don't think Amy and Sonic belong together. I think like he's too much of a rude dude for her. He's too focused on himself. But I think Amy can find love with Shadow.
How do we end up in this? I brought this conversation up, and I am thoroughly sorry. No, I'm kidding. But anyways,
that's it. Sonic verse. Let's jump into
it. Let's get your protractors and your rulers, because we're going to be talking about triangles now. Remember, this is February 23rd, which means tomorrow, guys. So if you want to go to Simi Valley and you want to have a really cool experience, because the vendors there are awesome, and again, the people organizing them are really, really kind, definitely check it out. I'm pretty sure that the Pasadena one didn't happen earlier because of the fires, which is totally understandable. But I'm glad to see that the company itself, or like the people behind them, they're still going strong and they're still putting up great events. Because remember that these guys are also the same ones behind Power Morphicon, right? And many, many, many others. So glad to see them going strong.
And the tickets for most of these events are usually pretty fair. They're around like the $29 mark, and that's for like the fancy tickets. So it would be like around $17 to $18 for just the basic.
And also because Anacon, which is the Anaheim Convention Con, I love it because it's Anacon, and it's like just put a DA at the end, Anaconda. It's like Anaconda. Just put it at the end and call it a day. It's coming, but WonderCon is getting a little bit pricey up there, and they're really, really cool too. So definitely check those out. Those are really cool events. Absolutely. Like I said, Pasadena Comic Con is happening 2025, but we're gonna have to wait until May. And again, because of the fire, totally understandable. Okay, and you can see, look, $17 to go in and spend about 3-4 hours there walking around. No brainer. But
yeah, and it's really nice. I really enjoyed it the last time I went.
Besides that, let's talk about another FOMO part, which is the Barbie truck, which apparently is starting to do its rounds again. They're bringing it back.
Yeah, so it's been. So last year we didn't get a new Barbie truck. Last year they just continued on with, I believe it was the Dream House tour. And since they had so much merch, I guess it just continued on. And then this year we're having a brand new truck, which is the Sports Club tour. So it's the Barbie Sports Club tour with some like sports related merch. There is a really cute like jacket. It's not denim this time. It's actually satin. So you kind of look like the pink ladies. Really cute. Okay. There are one of the things that they do have that a lot of people are flocking towards. It's a little like bag for yourself, and then you can buy the keychain version that is exactly the same bag but for your Barbie. So it's like the same material and everything. And same thing for like a duffel bag, the duffel bag for yourself, which is large and white, or you can buy the duffel bag for Barbie, which is going to be $15. It's going to be today at the Burbank Empire Center area. So if you're looking for the Barbie truck and you're near the Burbank area, it will be there. Next week, they haven't announced where it will be. I believe last week it was in the Irvine area. So if you want to know if the truck is going to come near you, keep an eye on it on the Instagram. And also you can look for it on like the Mattel's Barbie truck website. In addition, if you want some of the old merch from the previous tours, you can get them for like literally 50% off at the Barbie truck website. That's why I'm like, I want to chase the truck because I've been doing that for a while now, and I just kind of want to go in front, but I don't think I'll pick up the merch. I will definitely maybe I'll pick up one merch, but I definitely will not be buying all of them like I would do for the other ones. I'll buy most of the things I wanted right off the bat. I'll actually wait and try my luck to see if I can get some of the items that I'm looking for in the website. I know some items will not be available on the website after the tour, but it looks like a lot of them are mainly like years after the fact too. So I'm gonna test.
This is very sweet. I like it. I'm looking at all the little. I'm looking at all the things, and let me just go ahead and refresh the feed here so I can show you. Stop sharing. Share again, because yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you definitely could get. That's dope. Like this jacket is legend, yo, and it's set as from 75 to 52. That's a great.
I paid the 75, friend. So I paid the 75. And
we did too. We have it. Like I can literally
pull it up. So I'm like the quality is really good. Yeah, that's the one for the previous tour. As well. Yeah. So I don't know if that one's on sale in the website, but I know the one for the very, very last tour, it's there. One of the things I wanted those dishes. I might be getting those. They're so good.
Yum, yum, lead. So one of the things, if I were to get something, I gotta admit, number one, the towel, because you always need a towel, but I think $28 for a towel is a little pricey. Depends on how big it is. I also think that this bag is worth. For $24, this bag looks pretty dope. You know?
Yeah, yeah, for 24 bucks it's super duper cute.
Yeah.
So
But
a lot of the things that you could have gotten in the last tour, you can get them online for so much cheaper. So if you missed out, you didn't really miss out. You're getting a better deal. So don't fret.
yes. So hey, you know what? Silver lining. You don't go, but there's a lot of deals still to be had.
And I'm
Now,
a girl that likes a good deal, so I don't want to spend. I might just get the duffel bag for my Barbie, not for myself, and then see, because just $15.
now let's talk about. I mentioned that there's FOMO, and this one was FOMO for you because you just like the idea that you're chasing the car, the bus, or the truck, right? And you can't go. Now this right here follows very well what we were talking about last week, because last week this Samurai Jack figure was shown on an overseas toy show and it didn't look really good. It looked really shabby. So I was just like, man, that sucks that it just looks so bad. But just like we said then, it was less of a case of a bad figure and more of a case of bad posing. People just
Mhm.
without the eye, without that love, were posing it, and it looks like this figure is gonna be a banger.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm like, when I saw that you could have him with his loose hair, I was like, my heart can't handle this.
and it also just like you predicted last week, it brings the hat.
So
You
cool.
know,
And he
and
also brings his little, the little tie thing,
yes,
his undies and like fishing and stuff in the river.
and you know what? It's. I think it's a pretty complete offering considering he has the katana, he has the hat, he has the portal, which I did not expect.
Yep.
That portal is such a great display piece. You know,
And I feel like whoever set him up, they were like, sure, whatever. And this guy, I'm like, what do you mean? And this guy, look at all the stuff he had to work with. And he literally, when he set him up, the pictures that we saw last week, he had the katana without the little
yeah, with the
thing that
sheath.
without
Yes,
the sheath of it. So I'm like, really, really? So I'm like, you could tell the person just didn't know the material that he
yes.
was working with because it's amazing. And for 95 bucks, I want
Now,
it.
now here's a couple of. I'm gonna show the solicitation pictures, which are now in Big Bad Toy Store for $95, to kind of show you what the things you can achieve with this kind of figure and all of its offerings. But disclaimer: in the past, Mesco
I'm glad I wasn't alone with my heart not being able to handle the long hair. Thank you, Bambi.
is, and
You
Bambi
might
says I
splurge,
might
girl.
splurge, girl.
Mostly because you can take
I'm
off his
there.
little robe. I will splurge.
So again, disclaimer: sometimes Mesco does tweak pictures with Photoshop here and there. It happens. Like it may like narrow things down. Like famously, there was a picture of the Thing from Fantastic Four when he was like this, but the figure can't achieve that pose.
Oh, I see.
So
I
they
see.
kind of so it's a thing. It
Like,
happens,
mhm.
but that action figure is still really good. So let's take a gander at the things you can achieve. So
Okay. Okay.
very standard, but I like how the cloth goods flow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Looks good. Looks good.
you know, looks very nice. This
Oh, look at
honestly,
his hair. It's a little messy because it's been fighting.
I love the background use. It's so good.
Oh, my heart. I can't handle this section. Ah, oh my
Yeah,
God, Jack.
get me a 3D printed giant Aku like tomorrow. You know,
Yes.
this is the iconic pose from the DVD cover, from the actual like show cover, which is cool that I can hit it. You know?
Oh my gosh. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I like this is a good offering, man. I think all these faces are 100% needed,
dude,
you
you
know?
can remake the series in stop motion with this guy.
And I really hope that that Mesco goes, you know, the whole way. And I'm kind of afraid because I know how Mesco operates, right? Like with the turtles. Right? They released the turtles. Everybody liked them. They sold out. They re-released them now with different colors, and then those sold out, and then they re-released them, but now with the red bandanas for all of them, and those sold out, which is great. But because of Jack, and you can release this one 100% in a few months, we're going to get Black Geese.
Yeah.
Jack, 100%. And I just hope it doesn't have a face sculpt that I can't live without. Like, imagine his little smile face.
Oh, don't do this to me.
Yes. So at this point, Mezco, please, I don't know, you're going to have to make some sort of individually sold head sculpt packs, because I can't be buying a figure just for one freaking head sculpt.
Thanks.
What you can do, however, I'll let you know, please release the Scotsman. Magic rules, laddie. Oh.
Yes, we need the Scotsman. They are such an epic team.
Yes, and also make sure that one brings the happy Jack face. And
yeah, because that's the one time we see him smile the most with his butt.
Yes, that would be so good. I know it's not realistic to release a Naku, right? Or they can release.
I think they can do it. They're Mezco.
I hope they release the ninja from the last episode. Did you ever watch it? No, you haven't, huh?
No, I haven't.
I can't say anything about that then, because you need to experience it. It's been years. Years.
It takes me a while to get to things. Is it on DVD yet? Has it come out on DVD?
Funny that you mention it. The full series was on sale from Best Buy for like 50% off the entire series. The Steelbook, so it may be something that's achievable.
Okay, I do DVDs.
Yeah,
that's how I consume media.
The physical media is definitely there. So, yeah, I think it was on Amazon. But the thing is, it's out there. You have to watch it. It's so good. Prepare to cry.
More.
Tear ducts engage.
Oh, I want to cry. I need a good cry.
Now, here's the other component. I pre-ordered this like instantly. It's too good. I have literally never pre-ordered a Mezco. Like, this is my very first Mezco, and I feel that one is a good one to have, you know? But let's talk about the next component, which is something that I also want to share with you guys. Mm-hmm. So, because now my fun nights are, let's
sleeping.
Let's rest, let's watch this while the baby is asleep. We can't really do an activity that's way too involved. Yeah. It's not until this week that she's been getting a regular sleep schedule, more or less. So one of these date nights, we bought a puzzle from Target. And then we just sat down, ate pizza, did the puzzle, and watched TV until we fell asleep. And soon after, we woke up again, But I decided to go with my gut and pick a puzzle that looked fun to me. And I don't know if you guys remember these Find Them books.
Yes.
Right? In which they are very cool collage style type of books where there's a list and you find everything. It's like Find Waldo, but instead of just Waldo, you find a whole bunch of things. It's just like a mishigosh of events going on. Like, you have a baby that's running, you have a griffin, and you have a lion, and there's so much to see, and there's so many little stories being told at the same time. So when I went to Target, I found this. Okay. Which immediately it's a reference to Dungeons and Dragons, right? Because of all the creatures, and you're seeing a lot of different, mages. They're fighting. They're picking up beer from here, right? You have stores like Enchanted Pancakes on the side. There are people dancing. There's so much to see just from this little box right here. Right, we have some alchemists doing things, and honestly, when I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm down for all these different things going in, and it's gonna keep me entertained. So I bought it for $20.
It's not just like finding Sky.
Yes, I hate that. I'm like, Like I don't want to just find 68 pieces of gray, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have made a 50 Shades of Grey joke in there, but missed it. But anyways, I just simply put, I just wasn't in it, and I bought this thing and I brought it home, and we started doing it, and oh my god, it's such a great puzzle, and the experience is different. You think that a puzzle is just whatever, like it's the same thing each and every time? No, no, no. This one is so cool, and let me show you guys the proper website, and I can't wait for you to try this. As a matter of fact, I kind of want you to want to let you borrow this because I finished it. Okay, and typically we would frame them, right? But then there's something here that forced my wife and I to say, no, we can't just frame it. We need to put it back.
Oh,
there's something. So this is the Magic Puzzle Company, and they build incredibly fun puzzles. They go by series, so there's series 1, series 2, series 3, and each series has 3 puzzles. And these puzzles all have the same multiple scenes going on at the same time. So as you're building it, you're not remembering things based on color or pattern, but events like, oh, the Minotaur, there's this dragon over here who ate too much spicy food. This is the piece for that. Like, you know, it's, oh, this is Gandalf over here. Or like that guy that looks like Gandalf, right? There's a goblin. Oh, there's a goblin that's eating. Where is he? Like, oh, no, I have goblin that's like hiding. This is so cool. And they do different themes, not just Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Mm-hmm.
These is the first series, 1, 2, 3. And I got the one that's called the Puzzle Patreon. Right, but you can go get the gnomes' homes. You can get the secret soup. There are so many different ones. Now, one that I really want to give, I kind of want to give your husband, right, is this one, because it's basically mice in Japan living in a, you know, between those houses, but they're all doing everything. It's like Ratatouille, but in Japan, you know. And you can see them that they're fixing. There's a train station over here. They have there's like a sake bar over here. There's sushi bar. You know, it's so super cool. It's called the Busy Bistro. This will be the next one I get.
And Bambi Raptor's like, it's like, where's Waldo for collectors?
yes. And you can see like down up here, you can buy them individually, right? Mm-hmm. Or you can buy the set of 3 for $59.99, right?
And it looks like the main place that you can purchase them is like Amazon or Walmart. You mentioned Target had them too. And I know some people are choosing right now not to purchase from those locations. You can also look like in your local malls to see if they have like a puzzle store or like a game and board games shops, because they usually would carry them. Because I have seen those boxes in my local shop in my mall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I just never thought it would be fun to make them.
Oh, dude, it is so fun. Let me tell you this. So this is basically all the series, right? There's actually a few more that are not here because it seems like they tried it. Oh, by the way, each one gives credit to the artist, right? Original art by Annika Brandon. Original art by Margot Piltot. So like it's a really cool collaborative thing that puts artists first. Right. And you can really see that without exhausting the artist, each person creates something rather unique. So there's something for everybody. So if you don't like the arts of this style, you can pick somebody else. And it's so cool. There's one that, they're not here, but it's Egypt based. And it's so absolutely cool. Let me see. Maybe it's a series 3. No, they don't have it here. Amazon actually has them. But let me share with you why, and I will not spoil
the reason that made you put it back.
Not spoil it, but when you open the box, okay, you get this very nice resealable bag of pieces. Okay, very
that plastic baggie.
No plastic baggie. It's very nicely reusable. Guess what? They're very thoughtful. They get 2 reference pictures.
Because they know
It's-
you won't do it alone.
Exactly. And not only that, like it's always annoying to be like, oh, can I borrow this? Or I'll use the box.
And that's the thing,
Yeah.
you don't get a reference picture on those puzzles. Like, can I borrow the lid of the puzzle?
Correct. And in addition to that, if you want to do it more than one time, you actually have a list of things that they want you to find. So you can turn it into a game.
That's so
You know?
cool.
And there's also a little sticker right here.
Nice.
But then this is what got intriguing for my wife and I. Underneath all the instructions, underneath the guide maps, there's this alternative envelope that says, don't open this envelope until you finish the whole puzzle. And I'll leave it there. Okay?
Oh man, I'm curious.
we did it, and I gotta tell you, that was a moment of like, "Whoa, dude, it was so good. It was so good. So I highly recommend the Magic Puzzle Company.
Oh, sorry.
It is so fun. So fun. So if you have some time and you have some friends and you want a low-key type of activity, try that one.
That looks fun. Honestly, I'm very excited to see it. And I was looking at their website. There's like, oh, it explains to you like a lot about their company. And also if you have a missing piece, they give you an email to reach out. So they're pretty like, they're like, hey, we care about our consumers.
Yeah, which means that if you get a complete puzzle, but then you miss a piece, and you're like, oh my god, or you forget it, or because you take it to someone's house, right? Having the ability for somebody to just say, hey, can I get this piece? And they're like, sure, we'll send it to you. Oh my god, that's so satisfying.
Yeah, it's kind of like potato games. Potato games, if you run out of like little papers that you do to track, they are the ones that make the Great American Mail Race. If you run out of those little papers that keep track of it, you can always just ask them for more.
Another great game, by the way. Great American Mail Race. It is 10 out of 10. Incredibly fun.
You know what I was trying to play this week? We were trying to play the E.T. board game.
Mm-hmm.
I love the pieces. They're very cute. We got through the setup, but we were like starting to read the instructions, and we're like, okay, we're kind of slipping. We're going to try again later.
The same thing happened to us with, and that's when we went to buy a puzzle, by the way. Before
too many instructions, you get it.
Yeah, before deciding to buy the puzzle, we were actually watching a video on YouTube about Wingspan, which is a video game.
A game, yes.
A board game that I have, and I've been having for a year or so, and I really want to play it. And it's a gorgeous game. Everybody in the reviews say it's a great game once you know how to play it, once you've gotten through everything. And Jesus, the video is like 30 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And granted, they're explaining with luxury of detail, but I'm like, at some point I told my wife, I lost track at this. And then she's like, me too. And I'm like, okay, we're not doing this.
Like it makes a little E.T.
That's actually pretty cute.
And all the characters, so you got all the characters in their bikes, and you don't start with E.T. in your basket, but you're kind of like dodging the agents, and like I know there's police cars somewhere, and little police cars, and then like I think your lifeline is E.T.'s heart.
That is creepy, but I can see it.
But that's the thing, like we haven't figured it out yet because there's like candy tokens and other tokens, and we're like, okay, we don't know. We didn't stay awake that long to learn this.
And the thing is that you know that when you play a board game, you have to learn it really good yourself because you know you're going to teach people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So right now I'm there with Ticket to Ride. Hey, I can make an entire get together. We can play Ticket to Ride because I played it so many times now, like now over 10. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, like I know there's rules. Like hardcore. Like that's us with the Great American Mail Race. That's me with the Scooby-Doo Mystery Mansion.
Which I've only played once and I want to play again.
It's so good. I've been waiting because we need at least 3 people to play, so I can't play just my spouse and I.
Hey, looks like we're building up for a board game day.
Yes, we have a lot of goodies.
Get the Cabal from Beast Madness, which by the way is happening so soon. We're going to be starting that coverage on March, Beast Madness. So again, it looks like we're having maybe we're going to have to switch the meetings with the Cabal and just play some games here at my place. But anyways, let's get back to it. Again, go support the Magic Puzzle Company. I guarantee you're going to have a very different time than you've ever had building a puzzle. If you think that puzzles are boring, it's because you haven't built the right one. Okay. Now, here is a special feature, again, dedicated to our friend Peewee, because this character, I think his own name is Braddock, I think.
I think it's Captain Harlock.
Yeah, there you go. Captain Harlock. That sounds a lot better. And this guy is a space pirate whose just presence, his design is so freaking iconic and oozes personality. Just oozes personality.
We came out of the woodworks. We summoned him.
Absolutely, we did. And you know what? There is no way that you cannot like this look. It is so good. Everything you need put into one. You truly believe that, yeah, this guy's a space pirate. There's nothing else he could be, you know? and it follows that beautiful art, like that vintage Japanese art design. Same thing as Cyborg 009, for example, looks very, very similar. G-Force, or, Defenders of the Universe, or Defenders of the Planet. And there's little to say other than let's find some toys. But, they're really hard to find from this guy. And if you remember,
we did one actually last week. Was it last week that we saw the Toy Depot video? That they did have one, so you can see that they're pretty rare and hard to come by.
Oh, but you know what? They're probably affordable too, right? Oh wait, they're like $1,000, right? Because it is true vintage, very difficult to find. And honestly, what's going on, Figma? What's going on, Mafex? Do these characters, like, Jesus, honestly. Or what's the other one? Not Super 7. No, please, Super 7, don't do this.
They'll just give us reaction.
You're not the right type for this. Although the reaction figures would kind of look cool. But what's the other one? We'll talk about them later. Oh, yeah, Storm Collectibles. Do it. Pretty good, because they're really good with cloth goods.
Them with the cloth good wired cape would look great.
But here's the deal. Monchichi. I told you. You were not going to guess it. You were not going to guess that we were going to talk about Monchichi, one of the most iconic Japanese characters. And so iconic is he that apparently he's allowed to just go into every corner of Japanese media and say, I want in.
Yeah. Monchichi can pretty much just be like, okay, we collaborate. And people are like, thank you, Monchichi, for choosing me to collaborate with. And they will literally collaborate with anybody.
Yes. And how did you ever find this?
I have no idea. I think I think initially it did come out of my gram as the first picture that we see in the middle shows. And then I was like, I know there are a lot of very big Monchichi collectors. Very few do customizations. A lot of them are very hardcore purists that will just keep their Monchichis as they are. So I haven't seen many Monchichi customizations. So when I saw this, I'm like, I think this might be real. So I began to do some research. And from what I could find in English, was pretty much that was a blog post from someone that posted in 2010 saying that they were available at one of the Monchichi stores in Japan. And they were about like $30 each, but now they're about $300 each.
Of course.
So you can find them on eBay. I have seen a few. I have not found Captain Harlock just yet. I have only seen the rest of the crewmates pop up on eBay for about like $300, $200 each character, or sometimes you might go into bidding for a few. So it's just something to keep an eye on, something to know. But the Monchichi has had so many collaborations with, and every year they have a new collaboration with a different company.
Uh-huh.
So if you have an anime, you have a company that you really, really like, most likely Monchichi has had a collaboration with them.
One of the things I really love about this collab is that they went the whole 9 yards. They're like, oh, this character has a scar, an ugly scar in his face. And for example, if let's say Hello Kitty would do a collaboration, they wouldn't dream about putting the scar on her face. But Monchichi's like, yeah, that's it. And there's also this one wears an eye patch. He only has one eye. I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Monchichi recreates it so good. And they're like, oh, also he has this very specific hairstyle.
It's like,
And
let's
they're
go.
Monchichi's like, root me up, baby.
Yeah, Monchichi don't care. They're like, let's do it.
And for that reason, it looks like the perfect cosplay. It's almost not even cosplay. It looks like it belongs, And kudos to Tortuigachi, which is the Instagram account that took this picture in a very gorgeous portrait mode that just highlights just how cool this figure is.
And you can see that like there's another giant Monchichi that he's leaning on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is not an elaborate type of like display or backdrop, but it just works so well because of the angle. It actually looks like it's just like looking up. Like it's like
yeah. And that's the thing. There's a huge Monchichi community, a Monchichi photography community that they usually make stories with Monchichis either as travel blogs or actual like they are little characters that interact with one another. I'll bring some up next time. I didn't prepare for that. I didn't think we would be going.
No, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to explore it as we go. Remember that in March, we're definitely going to be talking a lot about, Beast Madness. But up until, that moment and after, we're going to be on the lookout for this here Monchichi. So if you have a lead, right, or if you know where we can find one, there's a certain collector that's very interested, and we're going to do whatever we can to reunite them, to bring this full circle. But it just so happens that one of my favorite properties is also collabed with freaking Monchichi because, again, Monchichi just says, I want in, and they just say yes.
Yeah, they just do it. And like this photography came from the Monchichi account itself. So they go full on. So I really want to see the promotional photos for the Captain Harlock because I'm pretty sure they had some pretty cute photography. So I'm gonna keep digging. It's just I didn't have enough time to look into it.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, this was really unprone too, but honestly, I'm glad that we had this topic. It's super cool. They have Fujiko. They have the detective. The detective going like this is so sweet. It's so cute. He just needs a little like his megaphone. Oh my god, it would be so perfect. If they do Goemon, it would be so cool. Like the samurai, right, and the gunner. That'd be so cool. But
I'm
honestly,
wondering, didn't we see this detective in Monkey Pants once? Because we're like, why does Monchichi need a detective? And we just kind of cracked the joke, just like to solve Monchichi crime.
That is tickling the old memory there. You're right. Huh. We may have had a good spotting, but we just didn't have the knowledge.
Yeah.
Oof, rough. But you know what? It's not like we're not going to pass on Monchichis. What IP this is Lupin the Third. So if you've never seen Lupin the Third, if you haven't read the mangas or you haven't kept up with all the movies, there's only one that you really should watch and you'll know everything there is about it, which is Castle Cagliostro by Studio Ghibli. That movie is an absolute magical journey, one of the Ghibli's best in mind, which is kind of crazy because Ghibli does original, but Ghibli took Lupin the Third, made a movie, and it's just my god,
so good. It's so good. You're just like, yes, you're like you get to learn the characters and understand their dynamics, and it's so good. So if you haven't seen it and you don't know much about them, that's the best way to introduce them.
Yeah. You really don't know. You need that much, and then the art becomes so good. And then if that wasn't enough, of course, Monchichi is Hello Kitty. Like that is like, how is it that the world didn't just end that moment where the two properties that have the most collabs ever in Japan collabed with each other? That should have destroyed the face.
Another was a collab with them that happened last year too of Monchichi and Hello Kitty. So I was like, oh my god, the world's gonna end. People's wallets are gonna explode. This is gonna be an economic downfall.
No, I just think that the space-time continuum would have just destroyed. Like it would have, the fabric of reality would just be bent to such a degree that it would be irreparable.
Yeah, and then there's also some collaborations that don't make it our way. A lot of these specific collaborations stay in Japan, are exclusive to the Monchichi stores in Japan. Some of them will find their way here, mostly with stores that do carry like Japanese products and Monchichis. One of the ones that I've been trying to get, and it was a collaboration for like, I think now it's like 3 to 4 years ago, and is Tanuki Kun and Monchichi, which is the one you see on the right side with like the cute little doodles of a Monchichi riding a shrimp. Yep. I wanted just the prints. I'm like, the prints are so ridiculous and dumb, and I love them.
No, this looks so cute. And you have the Goku, and honestly, why not? That gi looks absolutely amazing, and it has already a tail. It just makes sense. And then you have Ultraman, which is hilarious. Now, is there such a thing as a Monchichi X Godzilla collab?
I've been looking. I haven't seen an official one yet, but I know that I think it's not Gund. Oh my gosh. I can see the brand, but I don't remember the name. There is a teddy bear brand that has had a Godzilla collaboration, and there's also another brand that has had a very cool Ultraman collaboration. So Ultraman has had a few collaborations with teddy bear companies, but I have not found one of Monchichi and Godzilla just yet. I think I'm not searching hard enough because I really feel like there should be one.
And you know what? Just breaking news. And just in case, this IP, if you say like, well, you know what? I don't collect anything from these IPs, and they will never make a Digimon Monchichi. But guess what? They made a Digimon Monchichi. Okay? Digimon X Monchichi is a thing that exists. Apparently, it's official. And I'm about to show you some of the cool pics here, because I think you need it in your life. I mean, I never expected this podcast to turn into, let's talk about different Monchichi collabs. But they brought a baby Monchichi, which is, I guess, a thing. It's separate.
Baby-ichi. Yeah.
Baby-ichi. Of course, it's called Baby-ichi. And then take a look. Just take a look yourself and judge it as you will, and see whether or not this warrants to be part of the Monchichi.
Yes, it does. It warrants a collaboration. So cute.
The fact that the Baby-ichi is the Digimon in the baby stage is so cool. I
really like how like the Kai's hair is actually a hat, so you have a Monchichi under. I think it would have been really. Let me see how the Dragon Ball one looked, because that's the one. Yeah, it's a hat as well. It's a hat as well. So they do that pretty well. It's so cute.
That's so dumb. I love it. Please, Monchichi never change. And that's another thing. Like, I feel like the figure of the Monchichi doesn't change, and it's just lends itself to so many different things. And honestly, I'm looking at this baby with a pacifier, and I'm looking at her cheeks, and I'm like, oh my God, you look like my daughter.
Okay, then we need to get a Baby-ichi.
She needs a Baby-ichi, honestly. Now that I'm looking at it, it's like, this are like her cheeks. Oh my God. But anyways, from one IP to the next, well, let's jump into Storm Collectibles, which last week we covered them because they had released canon this week. Sure enough, Ryu's right there. And $26.99 is the price, and it looks amazing, right? Just more kind of like a youthful, cleaned up head, as opposed to just like that rugged video game, almost pixelated, which they got it so well. But one of the things I like about this, it's the way that the Hadouken hands, like, it has that nice bend that's very natural. So it looks like instead of just hands are like this, it's like slightly bent at an angle. It looks so good. I'm like, this looks very, very nice. And I might have to trade in my Ryu, but Ryu went with me to Japan, so I can't.
You can't trade it. You could just have variations for different photos,
Yeah. And that's pretty much everything I had planned to share with you in terms of uh, the slides.
Yeah, that's. I think that is all for the slides. But I feel like we are gonna go deeper into the Monchichis later on because there's so much I want to share with you guys. It just hadn't been a Monchichi welcoming space first, but now it is. So I'm really excited. Welcome.
So Furby took us to Tamagotchi Town. Tamagotchi Town took us to Monchichi.
Yes,
Because
and
just so
Tamas,
happened.
by the way, my Tamas are still going strong. They have not passed yet. I actually had to call the ambulance for Kuchipachi
Uh-oh.
this week because I forgot to send him to the sitter. When he came back, he had like a little demon floating over him. When I took him to the hospital, a demon was shaken off him by a little angel. I love it. I should have recorded it. I couldn't because I was shook by the fact that my little Tama was ill. And
Now,
an update on the oldest Tama.
is there
Um,
any
Mhm.
pickups that you had this week?
I do have some pickups. So this one is now 96 days old.
Whoa. At some point,
Let me show you my pickups that I got at Five Below.
Ooh, I actually got something really small too. I got this 2-pack, this battle pack from Pokemon. It brings a standard, Pikachu, which couldn't care. I could care less about. If you guys want it, go ahead. I'll send it over to your way. I don't really care about this Pikachu. I wanted the partner Pokemon that came with it because it's such a weird pick. Like if you put all the Pokemon and they said, okay, I'm gonna throw a dart at that board and whatever falls, that's the Pokemon we're gonna make. I would have never thought they would land on this one, but they did, and it's so cool. I love Ninjas. Ninjas is one of my favorite Pokemon. This is a cicada, and I hope that there's a Shedinja out there that I can actually pair it with. So I was at Walgreens, I saw the battle pack, and I'm like, oh, let's go, baby. It is so tiny and it's so well made,
I like that now they're like, okay, we're gonna pair a well-known Pokemon with a not so well-known Pokemon just to sell them. But I'm like, just put two unknowns. People want them. The collectors are collecting.
Yes, and there is no such thing as a Shedinja being made just yet. And again, it's such a weird Pokemon to make. It's just the husk of the ninja. And while I could get, a standee, why?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait.
You do have that one company that does 3D printing near you. If you can find a 3D model, because it doesn't really have to move.
I love this Pokemon.
But
anyways, what did you get from Five Below?
So I went to Five Below. I was not expecting of getting much. I actually went there just to get some headphones because I needed some emergency ones.
Yeah.
And I ended up finding the Glam Squad collaboration with a strawberry shortcake. I'm not a big strawberry shortcake fan, but these were really good. They are part of the Toy Association, and they are made by RMS. And they bring a lot of clothes. So you get like a cardigan, a purse, shoes, hair accessory, a pair of pants, a top, and a dress for $5.
Hey, can't get any better than that.
Yeah, so they had this one. They also had, I don't know the characters' names. I'm pretty sure it's like Blueberry. Does it have her name? Yeah, Blueberry Muffin. So this is Blueberry Muffins. And this one is Orange Blossom. Orange Blossoms brings a dress, a mini skirt, a little one-shouldered top, a bucket hat, again, another cardigan, a purse, and some shoes. So I'm like, I love the little cover-ups. They're really cute. I was like, I don't have like any dresses that are just like summery and like with basic prints. I kind of wanted that. And then we have this one over here from Lemon Meringue, and it brings just like a black tank top with a little design. So the designs are not too bad, and I like that like the dresses and the print are not just overly cartoonified, so that way my Barbie can wear them. So we do have like a little dress, a scrunchie. I think the scrunchie is a little big, but that's okay. A fanny pack, shoes, and a denim jacket with like a little lemon accent on the side that you can definitely use with any doll. So for $5 a pop, I'm like, yes. I think I'm only missing Strawberry
That's kind of
I
cool.
don't know if they made them, but when I saw these, I'm like, I'm taking them.
So all this week I've been so tired and just focused on getting home that I have not stopped at Target. So when I stopped at Walgreens, I was like, you know what? Let's go. So, but you know what, guys? I'm really happy that we got the chance to do it again, right? We didn't have to press the big Roo button. Instead, we finished. We are officially at the 1 hour mark. 3 for 3 on the books. It is possible to do the pod and also be
It
a
can be
parent.
done.
Now, that said, I have to take my daughter out today because it's nice at day and I don't want it I don't want her to be out when it's too hot or too cold. So this is the right time. All right, guys. Forza Piggy, anything else you want to say?
No, that's about it for us today. And we'll go ahead and see you next time. Thanks again for sticking around with us today. And we will be working on some pretty fun stuff for next week because I'm telling you, I feel like we have this drive back and this excitement towards the live and towards certain little products that we've been like rediscovering. So we'll go ahead and see you next time. Let us know what you're up to this weekend. Let me know if you are going to go out to the Barbie truck. I'm still thinking on it. But if I do go out, and if we do see each other, we can say hi.
Absolutely. And if you have a Captain Harlock Monchichi, drop us a line. I will buy it from you for cheap and then sell it to our friend for very expensive.
And
Bye.
All right, friends. Bye. Have a wonderful day.